ask the question, what is the best use of my time right now? In fact, I have a sticky note almost everywhere that I work around my house that asks that question. I ask myself, what is the best use of my time right now? Or what can I do right now that will give me the highest and best results? You see, when you ask yourself this question, it will allow you to minimize your distractions and maximize what really helps you to succeed in the first place. Ask yourself, what's the best use of my time right now? And eventually, you'll find yourself doing the things that are most important right now. The second way you can master your time is by asking yourself these two questions. What can I do that can benefit me right now? And what can I do that can benefit me later? In other words, what are you going to do right now that's going to give you a high result? Or what are you going to do later that's going to give you a high result? I'll give you a clear example. Usually when I read about 2 books at a time. And typically, I use one book to help me build my skill right now, like writing or how to speak better. Or maybe I'm reading something that will help me later. Like, for instance, an autobiography that helps me to make decisions based on the pioneers that came before me. So that's the question I want you to ask. What's going to help me right now? What's going to help me later? Start asking yourself, and you'll start finding out how you can solve your short-term and long-term objectives simultaneously. The third way you can master your time is by thinking about this quote. The best preparation for tomorrow is doing good work today. And this means that you're setting yourself up for success tomorrow so that you will be able to do good work today. And really, what this comes down to is creating a good to-do list. What I find oftentimes is that so many people try to do so many things during the day that by the end of the day, they feel like they're burned out or they feel like they cannot get anything accomplished. Now, instead of doing 10 things, what I would say is aim for 1 or 2. Aim for 1 or 2 major objectives that you can achieve, and all the little objectives will take care of itself. Maybe, for instance, you like to read regularly or take a walk or exercise. Those objectives will take care of itself. You don't even have to write it down in your to-do list if it's your habits. Now, what you really have to focus on are the new things that you're doing today that will help you to set up for tomorrow. And that really is going to help you to master your day so that tomorrow could be a lot easier. The fourth idea to mastering your time is to prioritize. Prioritization is doing first what matters most. Would it make sense if you actually try to do 20 activities when you start your day and then save the biggest one for later? Absolutely not. So why do people do that? Well, they think that they're going to build momentum along the way every day that's going to help them to eventually get to their overarching goal. But instead, this is backwards thinking. What we really should be thinking about is how do we accomplish first the things that matter the most and allow the little things to handle themselves along the way. Prioritize your events, prioritize your days, and prioritize the people that you work with. Now that leads us into our 5th point, which is only do profitable activities. Only do activities that really help you to leverage yourself. You see, I'm not going to focus on a $1 activity when I could be doing a $100 activity. In other words, I'm not going to be typing up an article when I see my trash overflowing and stop my article to take out that trash. That doesn't make sense. I'm not going to go produce my videos when I can hire someone to do that. I'm not going to try to do something that I do on an amateur level when I can get an expert to replace me. I know a lot of people who mow their own lawns and they say, I just do it for the exercise. And I think that's okay for them. But if you really want to become a top-notch professional, if you want to reach that next level of success, you have to hire people that can replace you and your services. Hire people that have gone further than you in the field that you may actually be doing. And really what that means is that you're going to have to be able to replace yourself in a lot of activities, whether it's hiring housekeepers or hiring people to help you in your business or in other activities that you do. The key here is to focus on activities that give you the highest rewards and only focus on profitable tasks every day. The 6th idea is to get away from time wasters. Now, whether you're talking about time-wasting people, places, or things, time wasters are the same across the board. Now, first, time-wasting people. Now, I know there's a lot of people that come, they like to tell their stories, maybe they even like to gossip. It takes a lot of time. Don't get stuck in their drama and just confront them. A lot of people get offended, but hey, you have to do what you have to do to preserve your time. Time-wasting places. Perhaps you may be going to the gym and you go at a certain time and it just wastes a lot of time. Don't do it. And time-wasting activities. Maybe you sign on to Yahoo Mail, or maybe you look at the sports channel and it ends up evaporating 2-3 hours of your day when you know you could be doing better things during that time. Get away from all time-wasting things in your life. People, places, and things, and you'll find yourself doing more profitable activities, like the point we just covered. The seventh idea for mastering your time is to realize that your time is so important. A lot of people will tell you that time is money, when that is an erroneous idea. In fact, it's horrendous that so many people believe this, but it's so far from the truth. You see, the fact is that you can never get your time back, but you can always get your money back. You can always get your $10 back, but you can never get your 10 minutes back. When it's gone, it's gone. You'll never be 25 again, or 35, or 45, or 55. So when you choose to put your time in certain places, know that this has to be something that's worth your time. A lot of people get caught up in the notion that money is more important than time, when that's really false. And so what they end up doing is they end up putting 40, 50, 60 hours into a job hoping that money will come to them. But the fact is that they'll get their money, but they won't have their time. They'll be evaporated from their energy, and really, they wouldn't be able to do the things that they really, truly enjoy. By the end of their life, they'll say, at age 60 or 70, I wish I had my youth back again. I wish I could have done it all. You see, do it all right now, and realize that time is not money, but realize that money can buy time. My eighth idea for mastering your time is to really get obsessed with everything you do. You see, when you really love what you do and do what you love, you're not really going to care about time in the first place. You're just going to wake up and at the end of the day realize that you really were doing what you love to do the most. You're not going to be thinking about your money or your energy or any other thing that really doesn't matter, but you'll be thinking about, I used my time correctly today. And that's what really matters. So get obsessed. Be able to have that spirit that knows that you use your time most effectively because you're obsessed with what you do. The ninth idea I wanted to share is emotions. Emotions equal time. And usually, a lot of people don't realize how much they invest into emotional experiences. And sometimes it's the most negative ones that really detract us from really having profitable days. Now, really what I'm saying is that when we hear of a story of someone doing something, we tend to think to ourselves, oh man, I gotta help, or I feel a little guilty, or I feel shameful. And our emotions go to that event, that person, that thing. And what tends to happen is that that takes us away from our focus. And so I'm not saying not to care about certain events or things or people. What I'm saying is that realize, yes, you do have to think about it for that moment, but instead of 4 hours, maybe you should be thinking about it for only 4 minutes, right? Get over it. Get over the emotion of doing something that you have to do. Maybe you're facing a kind of job or a kind of work that seems to be a lot of drudgery, but still do it anyways. Be able to get over those emotions and go for the task without having the interference of your emotions that are negative. The 10th idea for managing your time is to manage your energy. If you're going to work 7 days a week, you need to choose which level of intensities you want to work. For instance, you might choose 4 high-level energy days and 3 low to medium-sized energy days. It's your choice. You get to control where your energy is going, but you don't want to burn out. You don't want to work 7 days of high energy and then realize on the 8th day you're totally kaput. You cannot do anything. You have no energy, which causes you to do things you really don't want to do. So focus on how you can manage your energy, and you'll find that you'll be able to master yourself.